My name is Mark Roden. Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're going over my top 10 sports cars that are rear-wheel drive for under $10,000. Couple things about the list, guys. One, if you're new here, just know all my lists, personal opinion only. There are facts in them about the engines and the horsepower that they can produce, but besides that, it's all up to me, just how I think my favorite cars are in that category. I worded that poorly, but you get what I mean. Also, if you guys want a SmoothStance hoodie, this one says, "Don't get mad, get motivated. SmoothStance, established 2019. It also has our logo on the back. www.smoothstance.com/shop. We're doing a lot of top 10 cars for under $10,000 videos recently, guys. So if you guys enjoy this kind of content, please subscribe, hit the bell, because we'll be uploading these over and over again. All right, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be the best video series ever on YouTube. With that out of the way, guys, let's get into the coming in at the number 10 spot is the Nissan Skyline GTS R32, coming with a 2-liter inline-6 making 153 horsepower, called the RB20DE. And guys, the only reason this car is number 10 is because when looking for them for under $10,000, I only managed to find one. They are extremely expensive cars, and because you have to import them, it makes it that much harder to find one for under $10,000. But if you can get your hands on one for under $10,000, first, congratulations. And second, don't expect anything more than just the GTS model, which is the one we just talked over. Also, don't expect it to be in good condition. It'll have a lot of miles on it. It will be beaten on, just so you guys understand what you're getting yourselves into. Number 9 is the Infiniti G35 Coupe, coming with a 3.5-liter V6 making around 300 horsepower, called the VQ35DE or the VQ35HR in later models. And since we just talked about a Skyline, I find it only natural to talk about the American version of the Skyline. Did you guys know that? I didn't. I did not know that the Infiniti G models were the American versions of the Nissan Skylines. Never knew that. But I also find it very weird that even though they're supposed to be the Skylines of America, they put Z engines in them. Like the Infiniti G35, the 3.5-liter V6, the VQ35, is the original motor from the 350Z. So I don't really know why they said that these are going to be the Skylines, but put Z motors in them. Makes it kind of weird, but that doesn't matter to me because I love the 350Z. One of my favorite cars ever built is the 350Z, so it just makes it even better. Number 8 is the BMW 325i E46, coming with a 2.5-liter inline-6 making 189 horsepower, called the M54. And yes, I know, you can find a way better BMW model, 3 Series model that is, for under $10,000, but I just love the E46s. I love them. Everything about them. They're one of my, the E36 is my favorite, but the E46 is a close second. I love the E46. And personally, I think that you'd have more fun in an E46 than one of the newer models of the BMWs. Please don't get mad at me, Beamer boys. I know you guys love the new BMWs and you think they're the most fun things in the world, but I just think that you could have more fun on an E46 rather than buying something like an E92, specifically because since this E46 is cheaper, you'll want to beat on it more than you will an E92. Number 7 is a car that makes its way into the list no matter what list it's for. I don't know how it does it, but it might just be because I love the car so much. But it's the Hyundai Genesis Coupe, and it came with a 3.8-liter V6 making 348 horsepower, called the Lambda 2 RS MPI. Guys, that's what Google said. I don't know what that means at all, but that's what they said the engine is. This is one of the highest numbers for horsepower on the list. It's also one of the newest cars on the list, and it looks the best, in my personal opinion, on the list. Actually, I think it is the highest horsepower car on the list. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's the highest horsepower. The only reason why I put this at number 7 is because of the fact that I put this on all my lists before, so it's nothing new. It's a car that's been here many times before, but there's a very high chance that this will be my first sports car for the channel. So please make sure to stick around for that content if you guys enjoy the Hyundai Genesis just as much as I do, because most likely that's going to be the first car that I buy for the channel. I love them so much. Number 6 is the 2010 Chevy Camaro. I don't know what generation that is, guys, but it's a 2010 model, and it came with a 3.6-liter V6 making 304 horsepower, called the LFX, and yes, I'm sorry, but we're talking about the base model V6 Camaro. Any other model would be over $10,000, but that's okay because this model still has 300 horsepower, not 300,000 horsepower. If you buy a V6 Camaro, just get ready to be made fun of by other people who also own V6 cars. Yeah, that makes no sense to me either. Every time I hear somebody talking smack about a V6 Camaro, a V6 Challenger, a V6 Corvette, they own also a V6 car like a 350Z or a BMW E46. It's not a V6, but it's still a 6-cylinder car, and I don't really understand where that's coming from. If you are going to buy a Camaro, guys, I do recommend though saving that extra money and buying one of the V8 models, only because you will be happier, not because of the people, but because of the horsepower and how much more potential you have with the V8 model Camaro rather than the V6. Number 5 is the Nissan 300ZX, coming with a 3-liter V6 making 222 horsepower, called the VG30DE. I never knew it was called that, but apparently you learn something new every day. And the only reason this car made the list and not the 350Z is because I always include the 350Z, and I already included the G35, which is pretty much a luxury 350Z anyway. So with that being said, this car is definitely not one to sleep on, as it is a Nissan built car, and in my opinion, Nissan builds some of the best cars to ever exist. I love Nissan. Every single time they make a car, a sports car that is, I fall in love with it right off the rip. The 300ZX is no exception. It has such a unique style to it. I don't know what it is about it. I kind of like the headlights, kind of not at the same time. I don't really know what they did there, but I love the taillights. I love how the roof looks on the turbo versions. I don't know. The car looks beautiful. Number 4 is the Lexus IS300, coming with a 3-liter inline-6 making 215 horsepower, called the 2JZ GE. Not a GTE. Yes, that's right, this car had the same engine as the Mark IV Supra had in it. The only difference is it doesn't have the 2 turbos, and some claim that it's poorly built compared to the actual 2JZ GTE that came in the Supra Mark IV, but that doesn't mean you can't have an unbelievable amounts of fun in one of these cars. I don't understand why these cars are so underrated, considering the fact that it does have a Supra engine in it. Whether or not you have the turbos in there, it doesn't matter. Guys, let's face it, half the time when you hear about the 1,000 horsepower Supras, what they did was they took out those 2 turbos and replaced it with one giant turbo. So you kind of already skip a step. You don't even have to take out the 2 turbos. You just buy the one big turbo and slap it in there, and now you got yourself a 1,000 horsepower Lexus IS300. I don't know if you guys are catching my drift, but I think it's a great deal. Third place, let's restart that. Third place bronze medal is the Toyota MR2 second gen MR2. I am messing up all my words today. Second generation MR2, and it came with a 2-liter inline-4 making 200 horsepower on the dot, and it was called the 3S GE. And guys, this car is a death trap. At least that's what everyone says. I'm not 100% sure because I've never actually driven one. But this car has a little something called snap oversteer, and I'm not going to really get into it because I'm going to be honest, I don't really know too much about it. But just trust me, it's not a good car for a first-time driver to buy, and it's not just because of the snap oversteer. It's also a mid-engine car, and while that may sound cool to you, it may sound fun for you, you have to realize that it's going to be a lot harder to work on and a lot tighter space too. Also, on top of that, it's a very old car and made from 1991, I think, to like 1995. So with that being said, the parts are going to be even harder to find than if you were to just buy a MR2 Spider, which is, I think, the 3rd generation. Like I said, these cars are beautiful. I mean, I love them, but only buy one if you actually know what you're doing, if you're experienced. Number 2 is everybody's favorite car in the entire world right now, the Mazda Miata. Specifically the NA or the NB models. I know you guys aren't going to want to hear about the NB models, so I'm just going to talk about the NA. And it came with a 1.8 liter inline-4 making 140 horsepower, called the BE dual overhead cams, or DOC. And yes, guys, the rumors are true. These cars, the NA and the NB, share the exact same engine options, so they are basically the same car, and it's all down to personal preference and budget, because the NA is actually becoming a little bit more expensive than the NB now, since they're turning into a collector's car if you can find one in good condition. A lot of the NA Miatas have been modified, at least slightly. So if you can find a stock one, it's going to run you for a good amount of money, but it still will be under $10,000. NB Miatas on the other hand, they run for under $10,000 stock all the time. They're not as popular as the NA, but for good reason. The NA had pop-up headlights, the NB didn't. Alrighty, first place. We're already here, guys. We're already at first place, and it's the Subaru BRZ/Toyota GT86, and it came with a 2-liter inline-4, and I'm sorry, but I could not for the life of me find the name of the engine. So if you guys do know the name of it, please comment down below what the name of the engine is. I have no idea what it's called. But the reason why this is number 1 is because of 2 reasons. One, I was unbelievably shocked to find these for under $10,000. I had no idea they were already this cheap. I also don't know why they're this cheap, if I'm being honest. I think these cars are one of the most beautiful sports cars to come out within the 2000s and 2010s. I think the car just looks so good, but on top of that, I do kind of understand it as they only come with the 200 horsepower, so you know that just kind of makes sense. But I also just kind of felt like putting it as number 1 because, as you guys know, they just released the 2nd generation of the BRZ, at least what it's going to look like. They didn't actually release the car yet, but they did release what it's going to look like in the prototypes for it. And it's looking pretty good in my opinion. A lot of people, they don't like it, but then again, a lot of people. You guys, first I got a little closer to the camera because I realized you guys couldn't really see me before in the intro. Sorry about that, I didn't mean to scare you. Second, once again, if you guys want the SmoothStance hoodies, www.smoothstance.com/shop, the best website to ever touch the earth in my opinion. I don't know the guy who runs it, but I heard he's pretty cool too, so you should definitely, if you do know him, you should subscribe to his YouTube channel because he's making the best top 10 videos out there. No, but in all seriousness, guys, thank you for watching. If you got to this far, it really means the most to me. Please subscribe if you want to see videos just like this one. Like I said, we're going to be pumping these out for a while now because I have a lot of video plans. I'm also doing vlogs, so don't get used to the top 10s because eventually I will drift away from the top 10s and go to vlogs. But guys, if you enjoyed, like I said, like the video, comment what car that is your favorite on the list, or a car that you think should have made the list, because when I was doing this there was a lot of choices. These are just the 10 that I picked. Yeah, and subscribe to the channel, turn on that bell, and das vidania, have a nice day.